Yeah, look, there was a few surprises last night, and one of those was the attendance. I guess it'd be fair to say there was a fair attendance last night, 138 people. The clubs have 21,000 members that potentially obviously wouldn't arrive at once, but a lot more people could have been at that meeting, I would have thought.
So how are you reading that? Do you think it's not grabbing the attention of most of the members?
Oh, look, I wouldn't say that. I think it has grabbed the attention of a lot of members. I think most members obviously are looking at saying, look, we probably support that and probably didn't need to go, or maybe they didn't have the time to go last night. But 138 was actually a little bit less than our AGM, so that's a little bit disappointing because I would have thought there would be at least double that there.
Interesting. All right. Well, what information did you present, Rod?
A lot of information last night. We gave an overview of the project, I guess, like when we intend to start the project. Currently it's been lodged, the DA's been lodged with the Tamworth Regional Council. We spoke about the number of rooms at the motel. The Treasurer spoke about how the project's going to be finalised, spoke a little bit about their budgets and how long that'll take to pay off those loans. We spoke about staging the project. Firstly, we would be building the motel, then secondly, the function room right alongside the motel. We also spoke about the extensions to the club as well, and that's outdoor entertainment areas for dining and also relaxation. We spoke pretty much in detail about the plans, and also we spoke about previous plans and why those plans had changed. And what I'm talking about there is at one point we were talking about building a motel on the corner of Kent and Phillip Street.
Okay. And, I mean, it was interesting. I was reading the notes. You sent them through to us as well, the fact sheet that you provided to your members. You're expecting to try and tap into the expansion of coal mining and gas exploration in the region. What impact do you think you'll be able to, or what advantages do you see in that for the club?
Look, absolutely. Look, we'll be one of the closest motels, I guess, to the airport. The airport at the moment is doing extremely good business. Mining has been booming in the region for some time now, particularly in the Gunnedah Basin, and we expect that Tamworth will be a major hub for mining, I guess, and obviously the mining tourists or workers that will be going to those mines, and the overnight accommodation that we're looking for, we think will be a big part of that as well.
Did you receive many questions from the crowd last night, Rod?
Yeah, quite a few questions. Out of the 138 people, we probably had a question and answer time of about an hour last night, so there was a few questions. Obviously, people with perhaps vested interests. There were a couple of moteliers that are strongly opposed to us entering the motel game, I guess. There were also obviously some old-timers that have been involved with football for many years would be disappointed to see the ground disappear or relocated as such. And look, and it'd be fair to say there were a lot of supporters for the project about it, basically because of change and the way to move forward.
How are you going to allay their concerns? Because that seems to have sort of grabbed the local media's attention, hasn't it? The concerns from the old club. There was letters to the editor and the local people rallying people to attend the meeting last night. And do you think you're going to be able to allay their concerns?
Look, I think so. I think the proof will be in the pudding. And as I said last night, history is the telling tale, I guess, as far as the West Entertainment Group. Some time ago, there was a club in town that needed help, and we merged with that club, being the Tamworth RSL Club, and we turned that club around very, very, very quickly, and it's very successful today. And I think the relocation and what's planned for the number 2 ground, and we're going to rebadge that and call that, as you know from the fact sheet, the Scully Park Sporting Precinct, and we think that will quickly become Tamworth's premier sporting ground until something else better comes along, and that's obviously a stadium that council are planning to do some years down the track.
So how would you describe the meeting? Do you think it was successful in answering the community's concerns?
Yeah, look, some people got up and they said they came along to the meeting against the project, but were completely turned around, and their thinking was completely turned around, and they walked out supporting the project. We went into great detail of why we needed to do it. The obvious that we're trying to diversify our business. We need to diversify the business for a number of reasons, and Clubs New South Wales hours our peak body on a regular basis are talking about the amount of clubs that are either closing down or looking for merger partners. And look, there wasn't all that long ago that we had a major club in Tamworth completely close its doors, being the Tamworth Workmen's Club. So, it could happen, I guess. And, one thing's for certain, that change will always happen, and we need to embrace that change and obviously go with the flow of where that change is going to take us.
So where to from here, do you think?
Well, as I said, the DA's been lodged, so we're in the lap of the gods there. That's a whole process on its own, and the community can get involved with the process of that DA as well. So that hasn't been advertised as yet, but I'm told we're only probably a couple of weeks away before that's advertised. This coming Saturday, however, we have a neighbourhood meeting with our neighbours at 9:30 here at Wests, and that's our annual neighbourhood partnership meeting. We have that every 12 months. That we sit down with the neighbours and discuss what our plans are, discuss what's good and what's bad and what's going well and what's going not so well, I guess. And that neighbourhood meeting has been very successful for us. We're able to communicate with our neighbours. That we've been doing that now, as I said, for quite some time.
So do you expect the, animosity that's been labelled against the proposal to continue, Rod, or do you think you've answered all of the concerns?
Look, we've certainly answered. I think unless there's something new out there, that'll pop up that we haven't answered. I guess it's as far as the letters to the editor in the local newspaper, they're more or less about the same. It's been driven by a lot of emotion. I understand that. I completely get that, and it's also driven by vested interest as well. So, which I understand as well, and I think we've addressed all of that last night very well.